This is my audience for today's speech. Hello everyone, my name is Dylan Goodson, and this is a speech called How Robotics Has Changed Industry. How has robotics changed industry? Do you think it's changed for the good or for the bad? Prices of items you buy in store, depending upon how industry is doing. If the industry for that specific product is doing good, then it will be cheaper. And if the industry is not doing so good, the prices go up. Robotics have brought about some serious changes to industry. This speech is to inform you on some of the advantages and disadvantages that robotics have on industry. Robotics have numerous advantages over human workers. According to an article I found on Robot Works, robots can produce more product than people can because they don't have to take breaks, sick days, or vacations. And they can work all night if you need to, with supervision, of course. They can also move much faster than people. Robots can also go to places with conditions that people cannot work in. Like, for example, space. We can send a robot onto a planet that wouldn't be able to have a human on it because it'd be far too dangerous, like Jupiter. Or we can send people to the bottom of the ocean where the pressure could even crush submarines. They are also more precise than people. That helps businesses in multiple ways, such as less defective parts are produced, less material gets wasted in the process of making new parts. And not only that, but it costs less to buy, install, and run robots than it does to pay people's wages. In fact, robots have decreased labor costs around the world. On the higher end of the list, robotics has decreased South Korea's labor costs by roughly 33%. On the lower end of the list, we have the United States, who has only decreased labor costs by 10%. Although robots have many advantages, they also have their fair share of disadvantages. According to Garrett Automation, robots come with a few huge downsides. While robots increase the demand for highly skilled workers who have been trained on how to use or repair the robots, the demand for the less skilled assembly line workers goes away, and unfortunately the demand will continue to decrease due to the profitability of the robots over human workers. Although another huge downside is the initial startup costs. When first starting, you need to buy the machine and the software to go with it. You also have to pay an extra installation fee for an engineer to come out and get everything all set up, calibrated, and ready to go for you. And you will also have to pay to have your employees trained to run the machines that you just bought. Robots can be really expensive to maintain as well. Your general routine maintenance can cost quite a bit depending upon your setup. Like if it's hydraulic, you gotta change your oil, your filters, and if it's pneumatic, you gotta make sure everything's clean, your air is clean and perfect and not wet, or if you need filters for like your pilot systems. And even though robotics has some serious downsides, the benefits still outweigh the drawbacks from it. The demand for robots has increased drastically over the past few years. The International Federation of Robotics, the IFR for short, estimates that by 2019 there will be about 2.5 million industrial robots in use globally. Control Engineering, a popular robotics website, states that fields that robotics are used in has also seen an increase. Robots are becoming more popular in the agricultural, medical, and the automotive fields for very many uses there. They can use them for anything from just precision cutting to assembly lines. And even now, the demand for robots is high. A report from the IHS Institute for Human Study in 2016 was the report. The market for professional robots in 2015 was about $2.5 billion. It has also been estimated that 10% of the jobs that can be automated have been taken by robots, and that by 2025 that number will have increased to about 25%. Even though robotics has its downsides, it is helping companies all around the world and is bringing about a new era of industry. Though, through the use of robotics, industry has changed greatly. I think the robotics era will have a huge impact on the future of industry and how products will be made, manufactured, and produced. It'll also hopefully bring about cheaper products in the end, too. Thank you, that's all.